सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
On the show tonight at 8 p.m, Mega Republic Kannada investigation into the Dharmasthala mass burial hoax. As claims fall flat, those attempting to defame the Hindu community now stand completely exposed. At 9 p.m. tonight, how Rahul Gandhi used false data, fraud data, incorrect data, that has been admitted to be incorrect data by a psephologist, Sanjay Kumar himself, and how the Congress party tried to spin it out into some SIR scandal, which now ends up being a Congress data hoax. And ladies and gentlemen, the theories of the masked man and the theories of a mass burial at Dharmasthala in Karnataka, an important temple town, have fallen flat. Every single day, the lies around Dharmasthala are being exposed one after the other. There have been a series of allegations that have been made, but at the core of it is one simple point, that there were mass burials in and around a temple town, and there was a direct attempt to link Dharmasthala with some kind of genocide. Ladies and gentlemen, sections of the media were unfortunately involved in this conspiracy. I call upon the authorities to launch a detailed, deep and unrelenting investigation into the fraud and pseudo-secular media, which has tried to make Dharmasthala into a gigantic conspiracy against the Hindu community. The narrative has now collapsed. Counterclaims have emerged. And most importantly, the Hindu community, which was quiet for weeks and months, has started to come out and fight back. I am proud of Republic Kannada, of the only network in Karnataka which has exposed threadbare the gigantic conspiracy using Dharmasthala as a pivot to defame the Hindu community. Now lawyers are being forced to change their line. Eyewitnesses, so-called, are running away. The masked man claims that he was pressured. The perfect storm is in the mix, ladies and gentlemen, and it is clear to me this conspiracy was actually much larger than it first appeared. Here are the details as of tonight. Then I call upon all right-thinking Indians of the country to make sure that nobody dares to do this with Hindus ever again.
Dharmasthala, a site with an average footfall of around 8 million pilgrims annually, has been pushed to the center of a storm. All because a masked man turned up with a skull in his hand and leveled scandalous allegations about what he claimed was hundreds of burials and mass rapes. 17 sites excavated in 47 days. Now the plot has turned upside down. What fueled the entire plot further was fresh missing person complaint from Sujata Bhatt on July 15th. Sujata Bhatt claims to be the mother of MBBS student Ananya Bhatt, who, she says, disappeared in Dharmasthala in 2003. However, in a jarring expose, Republic Kannada has unearthed the most shocking details of the entire anti-Dharmasthala plot, shredding the entire conspiracy point by point. Turns out, The missing girl in the pictures shared by Sujata Bhatt was not her daughter Ananya Bhatt. The girl's real identity is Vasanta. Not just that, Sujata Bhatt's own identity is now under question. Sujata Bhatt claimed that the year her daughter went missing, she was working as a CBI stenographer in Kolkata. However, our investigation reveals that she works as a domestic help in Bengaluru. In fact, in 2003, Sujata Bhatt was in Shivamogga and not in Kolkata as claimed by her. On top of it, the residents of Shivamogga have confirmed that Sujata Bhatt never had any daughter to begin with.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವರು ರಿಪ್ಪನ್ಪೇಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು 2003 ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. 2003 ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಆಗಿರೋಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಗಂಡನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅವರು ಗಂಡ ಪ್ರಭಾಕರ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರ ನಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕೊಂಡು ಅವರು ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಹಂಗು ಹಿಂಗು. ಬಟ್ ಇವರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಲನೇ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗಿರೋಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದೂ ಸುದ್ದಿಗಳಿಲ್ಲ.
Republic Kannada also found 2-decade-old interview of Sujata Bhatt to a local newspaper, Kamalavani, where she herself claimed that she looks after stray dogs and she does not have kids. And most importantly, the key complainant himself now says that he was under pressure to make malicious statements against the temple town. Masked man and now Ananya Bhatt. It's all falling apart. Was the entire plot designed to target the holy town? If yes, then who is scripting the anti-Dharmasthala plot?
I have Gauranga Das ji, who is the governing body commissioner of ISKCON, joining us today. Gauranga Das ji, namaskar, and thank you for joining us on Republic.
Thank you for inviting me, Arnab.
So it appears to me that this is a huge conspiracy. Unfortunately, people all over India don't know the depth of this conspiracy yet. But those of us who are beginning to know, this was a direct attempt at targeting one of the most sacred sites of Hinduism in Karnataka and around the country. What have you made of the facts you've seen so far?
Arnab, it's very shocking to see the level at which conspiracies can be curated. Of course, we are still in the process of unearthing all the facts, and thanks to the work which you have done, it really looks like we are moving in the direction of unearthing the truth. But basically, temple towns, by their very nature, have the ability to attract people from all directions and transform them spiritually, and also add tremendous value in the economic and social development of a region. And Dharmasthala traditionally has been doing that. In fact, when I was designing some of the kitchens, I also sent people to see how the kitchens have been designed, because they do such amazing food distribution for so many decades. So therefore, a town like Pittsburgh, which was a steel town, now has become a ghost town. A town like Detroit has become a ghost town because it used to be a motor town. But where the manufacturing practices change, then it becomes irrelevant. Whereas temple towns, by definition, maintain their purity and sanctity for year after year, decade after decade, because the deities don't move and shift. So the overall impact which a temple town can have on society over a period of time can be very much amplified. And it is shocking that there could be a conspiracy towards maligning such a wonderful and very powerful transformation which is happening in society at the individual level and at the society level. So at least what I can see from all the reports which I am seeing so far from what you have presented is that there is much more than what meets the eye, and we want to make sure that the truth is really exposed.
Yeah, from what I have seen, Gauranga Das ji, this is not the first, but it's certainly unlikely to be the last. I personally think there is a huge conspiracy against Hindus, and one by one, a group it has NGOs, it has some politicians, it has the pro-Maoist lobby, the Tukre Tukre gang, the pseudo-leftists, and the anti-Hindu-phobic, the Hindu-phobic sentiments who hate Hinduism. And I have to add, a large part of the media, they all come together. They create a narrative. Then the media creates the narrative. And you end up saying that people are being killed in Hindu temple towns. People are being raped in Hindu temple towns. And therefore, we must destroy the faith that the people have with Hindu temple towns. Yesterday, M.R. Venkatesh came on my program. I think you know him. He said, Arnab, there will be another attack soon on another site in Karnataka. I said, MR, is it going to be the end? He said, no, this is the beginning of a huge fight against Hinduism. And no place is going to be spared. Would you agree with that thought?
See, whenever there is any prominent growth in any organization or movement, there will always be pushback. I come from ISKCON, and ISKCON temples currently are all over the world. But traditionally, most of our temples began from Vrindavan.
Yes.
And Vrindavan was the subject of a massive attack in the age of Aurangzeb. And right from 1670, when Aurangzeb attacked Vrindavan, all the principal 7 deities were moved. Vrindavan was a very, very flourishing temple town at that time. And even before that, when Krishna's great-grandson created Mathura and Vrindavan, for 4,000 years, things went well. But in around 1000 AD, when Mahmud Ghazni attacked, then again everything was decimated. So Hindus have always been subjected to a lot of attacks in our own land for many, many decades, for many centuries. And now, in the last 10 years, after Prime Minister Modi came to power, with the Indian knowledge system being promoted and with all spiritual places of pilgrimage being renovated, especially like Varanasi, like Kedarnath, like Ayodhya, Ujjain, we can see a huge revival of attraction towards temple towns. And I was shocked to see the data that 31st December 2024, the temple towns and temples attracted more pilgrims than many of the places where people would usually go, like clubs and resorts.
Actually,
so this was a very clear indication that India is changing in a very massive way towards attraction towards Hinduism.
No, so this becomes a threat for anti-Hindu groups. So Hindus will have to be very careful. I went to Vrindavan about a week back, Gauranga-Das ji, and I was at the Damodar temple and around the Bake Bihari temple complex. I was so happy to know that the Yogi government and the central government, they are revitalizing the whole Bake Bihari temple complex in Vrindavan. I was also very disappointed to see a level of municipal disarray because of the crowds in that area. I asked a lot of people, they said, we look forward to having the same kind of complex that is there in Kashi, in Vrindavan. So this is a period, viewers, of a Hindu renaissance. This is the period of Hindu revival. Some people who don't like Hinduism call it revivalism. I say today there is nothing better than Hindu revivalism. Hindu revival, Hindu strength. And this is making people very insecure. So do you think the Dharmasthala hoax was part of that, Gauranga-Das ji? Because a masked man claims a skull being brought, zero evidence being brought, months of digging, the entire state machinery trying to dig evidence. It seems very suspicious, very, very suspicious.
Well, I must say that currently the whole thing is under investigation, but prima facie, there could be a very high possibility that it could be a conspiracy. I cannot rule out that aspect. Being part of ISKCON, in the 70s, when ISKCON was established in India, that time there was also a major conspiracy, and they used to say that ISKCON is CIA agents and they are this and that. And, the famous film was there, Dam Maro Dam, Mit Jaye Gum, and people were saying that, oh, ISKCON is all about, Dam Maro Dam and things like that. So as an organization, both in India and also in other parts of the world where various other groups were very insecure by seeing Western people taking to Sanatan Dharma, and there were many, many cases of brainwashing and claims of being radical Hindus and things like that. There were court cases which we had to fight in many countries across the world. So, personally, as an organization and institution over the last 60 years of our existence, we have also experienced this similar kind of thing. So, I would not be surprised if something like that is also happening here. And also, I must say that the background you see is that of Govardhan Eco Village, which is a curated temple town in Palghar district. And as you know, Arnab, Palghar is a place where there were these infamous attacks on sadhus
Yes.
few years ago. And a lot of conversions happen here, and a lot of training of terrorists sometimes happen here. So we have been trying to spread Sanatan Dharma in Palghar, and we experience sometimes pushback. And thanks to the fact that we continued on this path of distribution food and doing kirtans and spreading the message of the Gita. Last year, we also had almost a 1 million people footfall. But as you have rightly said, as the prominence grows, the threat also increases. So it's high time that Hindu forces and temples across come together.
Yeah.
I have always maintained the opinion that if the Confederation of Indian Industries, CII, can bring all the industries together, if Indian Medical Association can bring all the doctors together, why can't all the Hindu temples form a consortium so that there is a body where we can always connect with when in case of attack and difficulty and challenges, and come together and share best practices so that we can actually amplify the way we are giving pilgrims the experience. So I would say that it's high time for Hindu organizations and temples to come together, be united, and stand united on a common ground to ensure that the Sanatan Dharma experience is shared with people, because I consider temple to be mandir, which is a hospital for the man or the mind. So
I think it's very well said. I think you have given me a great thought there. And I believe, we have played our role in the exposing the hoax behind Dharmasthala. You've also given me a thought, maybe we can have a Sanatan Civilization conference here on the Republic Media Network campus so that this goes out through the media, the power of the media. Had there been no Republic, I can tell you, Gauranga Das ji, had there been no Republic Network, this hoax would have been accepted as reality by some people because they want to put a slur on Hinduism. We are glad that together we've been able to fight that, and I'm grateful for your strong voice tonight in support of the fight against all the forces inimical to Hinduism. Thank you very much, Gauranga Das ji of ISKCON. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I am now joined on this discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fantastic investigation. I first want to tell you that across Karnataka, there is a tremendous amount of public support being received by the Republic Media Network. And for that, I'm grateful to my brave colleagues at the fantastic channel Republic Kannada. I have with me this evening Bhaskara Rao. He's a BJP spokesperson, former IPS and Commissioner of Police in Bangalore. He's held the uniform, very, very distinguished police officer, now with the BJP. I have Anil Kumar, Executive Director of the SKD RDP Trust. This trust has been run by the Dharmasthala temple. And therefore, this is one of the largest impact institutions in the country. It impacts millions of people in the state through various social welfare projects. Anil, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm also joined by Ratnakar Tripathi of the Congress Party from Varanasi, and Senior Advocate S. Balan, who has made it his life's mission to defame Dharmasthala. And he has made it his life's mission to support the masked man. Yesterday, I want to bring in Bhaskar Rao first, along with Mr. Balan. Today, the people are getting very angry, Mr. Bhaskar. Finally, why has it taken 1 month for people to come out on the streets in protest against the Dharmasthala hoax?
A systematic conspiracy was unleashed against this place, with so many people around that place itself creating doubts in the minds of Hindus themselves over there. But deep down, everyone knew that all this is false. And as a professional police officer, I can tell you that the starting point of investigation itself was very faulty. When the so-called masked man appeared in Beltangadi police station with a skull and a bone in his hand, instead of taking his complaint and treating him as a criminal because he has taken out the skull, as he claims, from one of the graves, because exhumation is a very sensitive process over there. the government, under the influence of leftists, so-called intellectuals, etc., one retired Supreme Court judge also is involved, and some member of parliament from Tamil Nadu and people from Kerala, and all non-Hindus have got together, and they pressurized the chief minister to start an SIT. If the investigation itself was left over there and it was not sensationalized, the sensationalization was done deliberately to defame the entire Hindu community through forces outside Karnataka also. In fact, today, the Member of Parliament has written to the Honorable Home Minister saying that a detailed investigation should be carried out, because a lot of people have been financially benefited to carry out this.
You think people have been paid?
Yes.
People have been paid to defame Dharmasthala?
Yes, people have been paid to defame Dharmasthala.
Who has paid them?
The Member of Parliament has gone on record by writing a letter to the Union Home Minister saying that a ED inquiry should be carried out.
No, but you are saying money has been given. Are you saying the media has also been given some money?
Yes,
because many media people are involved in this conspiracy?
Because some so-called YouTubers who owe their origin to leftists as well as some people outside the Hindu community, they have been involved in systematically defaming. And from the very beginning, Arnab, investigation has not been carried out as per CRPC. There was no need to put a SIT when there was no cabinet approval. The Home Minister was not aware. Deputy Chief Minister was not aware. Now, gradually, even the congressmen are also realizing that what a foolish and stupid thing they have done by stirring the hornet's nest by messing around with the Hindu temple. It is good, very nice and very strong that the Hindus have united and have realized what kind of hoax is being. We are not anymore weak there and tolerating this. Delegations after delegations are going over there, giving their strength and support. 17 places, the masked man says, dig, and police and revenue people go and dig. So foolishly and so stupidly. We have not done investigation. I have been a police officer for the last 33 years. We have not been led by some...
So also some dubious things have happened.
Suppose as the Bahubali temple said, dig near the Bahubali. And in one place, he dug up to 16 feet. Nobody can surreptitiously bury a body at 16 feet. So we all knew it was a hoax, but it took some time for people to call it a hoax. And finally, we have realized that it is nothing but a huge conspiracy to defame the temple, which is revered by people right from Bidar to Chamarajnagar, that is from north to south of Karnataka, as well as people from outside the place also over there.
So this was a global conspiracy. There were NGOs involved, there were lawyers involved, there was media involved, there was a masked man involved, and a lot of money must have exchanged hands.
The police were tied. Investigation was not going as per CRPC over there.
Now, Mr. Balan, there is a lady called Sujata Bhatt.
Yes.
She says that her daughter went missing in 2003. And she says the temple is responsible.
Yes.
Now, where is Sujata Bhatt? I don't know. The media is not being allowed to speak to her. But she has no documents to prove the existence of Ananya Bhatt. There's no trace found in the medical college records where she was supposedly a student. Local residents have also confirmed there is no evidence of Sujata ever having a daughter. Right? She insisted she was a CBI stenographer in Kolkata in 2003. But deep investigations have shown she was not in Kolkata, she was in Shivamoga at that time. And locals have confirmed that she was only a high school pass out, not a CBI officer. And there's an article published in local newspaper called Kamala Vani, which published an article about Sujata Bhatt giving an interview in 2003, where she claims she does not have any children. Now, Sujata Bhatt further alleged she was silenced through intimidation. She claimed she tried to file a missing persons complaint at the Belthangadi police station, where she was turned away. But no proof of any of these claims, and a lot of details are found to be untrue. Mr. Balan, Do you know Sujata Bhatt?
I don't know Sujata Bhatt. I have seen in the media, but cries for justice to Ananya Bhatt have been heard for the last 22 years. It's not yesterday, today. See, some people try to.
What do you
catch
know
a
about
block
Ananya Bhatt?
Which is not there.
What do you know about Ananya Bhatt?
That you should. Ananya Bhatt, as far as I know through the media, she was a student of Manipal Medical College.
Is there a single document? One minute. Just stop there, Mr. Balan.
No.
You are
No.
constantly
1 minute,
now
1 minute.
beginning
You
to
put me a
qualify your
question.
statements
Please allow me to
by
answer.
saying, as per information in the media. I am also in the media. I'm asking you. You must not now start to qualify. You see, very interestingly here, Bhaskar Rao is IPS officer. He's been former commissioner. The lawyer, the senior advocate now says as per media. But there is not a single document about the person called Ananya Bhatt. Surely a person born almost 20 years old, apparently a student of medicine, there would be some record to trace her back. To a birth certificate perhaps, a passport,
You permit
an
me for
Aadhaar
1
card?
second to answer.
No, you...
Mr.
Mr.
Arnab,
Balan.
you are not allowing me to
Mr.
make
Balan,
my
no.
stand.
Bhaskar, Mr. Balan must come to
You
details.
permit me for 1 second.
No, this is Republic Media Network, sir. This is not easy to get away here, sir.
I know.
Now, I'm asking you, Mr. Balan,
I
you
know.
know because you came yesterday.
No. You allow me to speak.
A mother must have documents to prove the existence of her daughter, right or wrong.
See, Kannada version, what you played, I heard. The person who spoke in Kannada, she says, she presume. Presumption. No. She is not very firm. She says, she presume. Get a record from the medical college. It's all story created to malign the present investigation.
No, I want to know, just take off the graphic. I want to know here, there is a sequence of claims. Bhaskar Rao, at the most, say an individual crime case. But around that, I don't know the story and I can't decide what is the Sujata Bhatt, Ananya Bhatt story. My question is, at the most, this is a case of an individual crime. But you see the narrative. Bhaskar Rao, you see the narrative. The narrative is hundreds of people have been killed, hundreds of women have been raped, hundreds of bodies are lying under the temple. And the temple authorities are responsible. That's the narrative. No bigger hoax till now. Mr. Tripathi, see, this is a classic perception war. Plant an allegation, globalize it instantly, use the media, and let the retractions vanish into silence. International Echo Chamber, Al Jazeera, Deutsche Welle, Independent, Diplomat, global media, all saying Indian temple town, Hindu temple becomes the center of hundreds of murders and rapes. All global media is writing this, Ratnakar Tripathi, yeah?
Complete slander.
I have one rider, Dr. Goswami.
Yes.
You interrupt me and I won't speak. So please bear with me. I heard Bhaskar Rao ji, I heard revered Gaurang Das ji. Assumption and presumptions. Guarded statement of revered Gaurang Das ji could be, it is much more than what meets the eye, right? And Dr. Bhaskar Rao ji is just demolishing the very foundation of the justice. He is saying that if any person comes to a place, to police station or to court, with the guilt or confession, and with something which he says he is sabut hai, so he should be taken in custody and tortured, and he should be sent to jail. That is the thing. That is what the policing he did in his life. It is a very sorry affair.
You're not
Very sorry affair. The person is being protected by the court, not by the police. and the person. And what had happened? Dharmasthala, I think it is a private family trust, temple. They had gone to the court, additional civil judge court, Vijay Kumar Rai B, and he issued an order on 18th, gagging 88,801 media links. And what has that happened? On 1st August, High Court of Karnataka quashed it order and said, in the concerned order, though spanning in multiple pages, the concerned order conspicuously lacks the very foundational reason. It is about the application of mind, not about the application of ink. And what happened after that? The Vijay Kumar B was, after that it was exposed that he had studied in a school governed by that temple. And he was a lawyer of the firm who represented the temple family. And he recused himself on 4th August. Isn't it dubious?
1 minute. Ratnakar Tripathi.
No, please.
Ratnakar Tripathi. I'll tell you one thing. This is a classic disinformation cycle. This is a classic disinformation cycle by the pseudo people.
You called me on your show. You have an obligation to listen to me.
No, I don't have any obligation to make you lie non-stop on my show.
No, please. Don't interrupt. You are talking about Sujata Bhatt. If Sujata Bhatt is a false woman, if she is blaming falsely, she will go to jail. And I request Bhaskar Rao ji to depose before the court and record his statement in the inquiry and say it, that this is the thing. This is wrong.
1 minute. Bhaskar will reply to you. Bhaskar will reply to you. You know, now here's this is, I think Ratnakar Tripathi is a perfect example of a disinformation wizard. You lie once, if one lie fails, introduce a bigger lie.
Listen to me.
I am asking you, there is a Kannada YouTuber who was arrested for spreading AI-generated misinformation about Dharmasthala. He had a viral video called "Who are the serial killers of Dharmasthala?" 3.1 million. With me today, Swami Umakantanand Saraswati ji, Mahamandaleshwar of Juna Akhada. Namaskar. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
No, ji.
बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you, sir. Now, I'll tell you the headline, Swamiji. Who are the serial killers of Dharmasthala? 3.1 million views है इसके YouTube में. And he has assumed that people are being killed by Dharmasthala. The target is Dharmasthala. There is a masked man. Nobody knows who he is, कहां से आए हैं, क्या करते हैं, background क्या है, किसी को नहीं पता. But 2 महीने से, for the last 2 months, Swamiji, for the last 2 months, the Karnataka government is trying to find bones that don't exist. And these YouTubers or media is saying that Pura Dharmasthala temple town should be known for murders and rapes. यही कोशिश है इनकी. Swamiji, how big a conspiracy this must be?
देखिए, ये बहुत बड़ी कंस्पिरेसी है, बहुत बड़ी साजिश है. क्योंकि पहली साजिश एक्सपोज हो गई, फेल हो गई कि हिंदू आतंकवाद नहीं चल पाया. पूरे देश में आप देख रहे, अभी सोशल मीडिया का जमाना है. मीडिया पे कुछ ऑथेंटिक चीजें जाती भी थी या जाती है, लेकिन मीडिया से ज्यादा एक्सपर्ट और एकदम आगे सोशल मीडिया रहता है. और सोशल मीडिया के लिए 1000-2000 आदमी बिठाए जा सकते हैं. और जो भी किया जा रहा है, आज भारत जागा हुआ है, सनातन संस्कृति जागृत है और लोग एकजुट हो रहे हैं. तो पहले तो ये हुआ कि खुलेआम बोलिए कि डिमोलिश ऑफ सनातन धर्म. जब वो नहीं हुआ तो उसको फिर से कोशिश की गई, गाली दी जाती रही कि हिंदू आतंकवाद को सरकार दबा रही है, वो लोग इसके दोषी हैं, कोर्ट ने बरी कर दिया. तो कहते रहे कि इनके खिलाफ ठोस सबूत नहीं मिला है इसलिए बरी किया है, ये बरी नहीं है. अब वो भी दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है कि नहीं बरी हुए हैं. तो अब किसी तरह से माओवादी, मार्क्सिस्ट और इस तरह की मानसिकता के लोग जो इसके परमात्मा के अस्तित्व या कल्चर, सनातन संस्कृति के विरुद्ध हैं, उनके लिए अब चाहे विदेशी फंडिंग करे, जो बातें हम सुन रहे थे, या सोशल मीडिया खरीदा जाए, आदमी बिठाया जाए,
किसी भी तरह हिंदू को बदनाम करी। पूरी दुनिया में अपने अभी कहा कि अल जजीरा से लेके सारे मीडिया में दिखाया जा रहा है कि वहां पे मर्डर हुआ है। अब हजारों सैकड़ों मर्डर हुए तो इंक्वायरी करना वहां की गवर्नमेंट का काम है। गवर्नमेंट इंक्वायरी करे और दोषियों को खोजे, कौन है दोषी। अब कोई मास्क पहन आ रहा है, कुछ ऐसी बातें हो रही है, तो वहां की जो भी लोकल गवर्नमेंट है उसका काम है कि सही से उसकी जांच करे, खोजे, लेकिन अफवाह ऐसे ना फैलाई जाए कि सीधे सीधे हिंदू टेम्पल बदनाम है, हजारों लोग मर गए हैं, उसमें कंकाल भी निकल रहा है, एक आदमी ने गवाही दे दी है और कितने लोग गायब है। तो खोज करे सरकार, जांच एजेंसियां खोज करें। ऐसी सीधे सीधे सनातन संस्कृति या मंदिरों को टारगेट करना, ये तो निश्चित ही बहुत बड़े कंस्पिरेसी और साजिश का हिस्सा लग रहा है।
नहीं, कोई इधर कपाल लेके, स्कल लेके हाथ में ले आते हैं। ये कपाल किसी की खोपड़ी बोल रहे हैं, ये किसी की खोपड़ी है, ये कपाल है, स्कल है मेरे हाथ में। और मैं पुलिस स्टेशन चला गया। लुक एट द रिडिकुलसनेस। देखिए कितनी स्टूपिड सिचुएशन। आई मीन अनिल, दिस आई एम अमेज्ड। कितनी एंटी हिंदू सेंटिमेंट है लोगों में। यू गो विथ अ स्कल टू अ पुलिस स्टेशन और क्या आप कहते हैं कि आई हैव इंफॉर्मेशन कि 3 दशक पहले, 3 decades ago, सैकड़ों लोगों को मारा गया, hundreds of women were raped and their bodies were dug under the temple. कोई एविडेंस नहीं, कोई ओरिजिन नहीं, कोई प्रूफ नहीं, कोई फोरेंसिक एग्जामिनेशन नहीं, कोई नार्को टेस्ट नहीं। कोई भी चला जाए कहे इस मंदिर के नीचे लोगों को 3 दशक पहले मारा गया, रेप किया गया, मैसेकर हुई। और ये सारे स्यूडो सेक्युलर लोग लाइक बालन came and said, I am a Hindu. I don't know what kind of Hindu you are. The defamation of Hindus is going on and you're supporting it, Balan.
I am not a Brahmin Hindu.
I don't know what Brahmin, non-Brahmin Hindu. I don't think you're a Hindu.
I am a Avarna.
No, you may be anything, but you don't seem to believe in Hinduism.
I also
you don't
don't
have
think that
respect
you are an
for
Hindu.
Hinduism.
No,
you
why
have
you
no
are
respect
pointing
for
on
Hindu
me?
sentiments. Now
How
tell
do you
me,
know that?
I'll tell you why.
How do you know that?
I'll tell you because you.
How do you know that?
I'll tell you why. How do I know? Okay, everybody. I'll tell you why.
You don't allow me to present my thought.
I am saying today that I take a skull to your house. Everybody on. I will go to a police station with a skull. आप किसी की खोपड़ी वहां पे ये कपाल आपको मिल जाएगा 500 रुपए में. यू कैन बाय अ स्कल. I'll buy a skull. I'll go to the police station. I'll say Balan has killed 100 people 20 years back, and under Balan's house are all the bodies who people he has killed. Karnataka government will come and dig under your house. You think this is funny?
No. Shall I answer?
No. Tomorrow an allegation like this can be made about any temple town.
No. Your narrative is funny. Mr. Arnab, your narrative is very, very funny.
Achha. Anil, you can debate with him. Yeah. Why is it funny? Why do you find it funny? Because
one second. Mr. Bhaskar Rao said the investigation is going on under CRPC, which is redundant. Now investigation is going on under BNSS.
So,
the retired commissioner of police don't know under what provision of law the investigation is going on. And the FIR you have not read. I read the FIR. It is registered under section 211.
Mr. Balan.
And the problem with these IPS officers, they don't have investigation experience at all.
And you have got an
cross-examined IGs, commissioners. You don't know how to investigate.
Oh, really? This is some great startling thing you are mentioning over.
Is lacking.
And I think you are making some very foolish, stupid, and
you don't
uncalled
know
for
what provision of
allegations.
law. Investigation is going on.
And investigation is headed by an IPS officer. At least have faith in him.
See, 1 second.
How do you come to conclusion, Mr. Balan? I don't know on what foundations you speak over there. It is absolutely rubbish and nonsense what you speak over there. And if a police officer, this means you are yourself not aware of BNSS or CRPC.
Parliamentary language.
CRPC, it is a superior officer who guides the investigation over there.
No.
It is like saying, who built Qutub Minar? Workers built Qutub Minar.
They guide also, I know how they guide also. See, 1 second, coming to the point, cries are new, not new to that town. Cries are going on since 1979, demanding justice to tragedy. Protests are not new there. We are not blaming anybody else. There were deaths, rapes, murders.
How do you know there are deaths and rapes and murders on what basis?
FIR
No, one minute. Mr. Balan,
I have gone
Mr.
through
Balan,
with the
I want to put a few facts before you, and Anil is also on the debate. Ek minute. Just one minute. Mr. Balan, in this stupid story, there is a masked man who says, I can identify many sites. Now, he points to a spot near the Gomtareshwara statue within seconds of arrival. He knows, viewers, that Gomtareshwara statue has a lot of sensitivity for Hindus. He said below the statue there are bodies. The Karnataka Congress government starts excavation at 4 p.m. Along with that, Anil, there is a live broadcaster by a YouTuber called Girish, who is saying there's a cover-up. So the full media glare is there. Live broadcasting is going on. And the witness says, this masked man says that a girl from Kerala is buried 15 feet below. But till now, nothing has been found. Then the masked man is told what happened to the body. He says, I am confused. Then the YouTuber says, Bhaskara, remember, look at the YouTuber says, there must be drones. There must be special equipment. Karnataka government goes and gets drones and special equipment and starts digging again. So YouTubers will decide. YouTubers decide karenge investigation. YouTubers will decide how to abuse Hindus.
Sir.
No. Anil, what on earth is going on in Karnataka now with this? Why are people in Karnataka quiet and accepting it? Why are they not coming out and protesting more against what's going on here? Why is Siddaramaiah government allowing this?
Why?
Anil, what's the plan here?
Yeah. Arnabji, today you all are knowing these things. But you know, Dharmasthala is experiencing these kind of false, stupid, reckless allegations since 12 years. You know, allegations, conspiracies, amplifying in social media, smear camping and investigation. There is no such things. Dharmasthala is correct. There is no any involvement of Dharmasthala temple management. Then they stop. After some times, one more allegation. One more conspiracies. One more alliance of the same vested interested people. Again, one more thing will reveal the truth. Dharmasthala is always truth. So today it has come to the national level. You are all knowing and you are telling that this is a funny thing. Yes, of course, we also experienced many funny things. But here I wish to state one very important point. You just look at the people who are leading this false smear campaign and allegations and conspiracies. The captain who is a rowdy sheeter, the vice captain who expelled from the services for involving in a crime, just fixing a fake mock bomb in the Vidhan Sauda. You know the coach is recently released from the jail imprisonment for defaming Dharmasthala and revered Dharmadhikari Pujya Dr. D. Virendra Hegedeji. And people who are behind this, you just look at their ideology, their belief, whether they are nationalist or anti-nationalist, whether they are socialist, anti-socialist, whether they are pro-poor or anti-poor. This is one way of think which we need to look into. Another dimension of the thing, Arnabji, why Dharmasthala is targeted, that's very, very important. Dr. Hegedeji, a Dharmadhikari of Dharmasthala temple, is not restricted himself for just spiritual aspects. He has developed so many programs. He is undertaking so many projects, which is for uplifting the poor people, which is for the employment generation, livelihood generations for women, rural women, youth, de-addictions camp. Of course, these kind of efforts will also affect one set of people. You know, today, the largest NGO run by the temple is facilitating poor people to access low cost, lower interest credit directly from the bank through BC mechanism. It has definitely disturbed a set of money lenders who are charging 40-50% to the poor people and exploiting their poverty. And second set of the people definitely disturbed because of de-addiction scam. Hegdeji is conducting community de-addiction scam wherein lakhs of people are coming out from alcohol consumption habit. Definitely one set of business, liquor business has affected. Another way today, you know how youths have been misused by the people for their rowdyism, for their mafias, for their illegal activities. A one concept of Brookset and Arset of Hegdeji has created 4 million new employment opportunity for the youth.
No, this
onward
is,
they created
but,
2-3 employment opportunities in the country. Total 2 crore youth have been employed.
Anil, 1 minute. This is not only about Dharmasthala. This is about Hinduism. If I give you an example of a headline in Al Jazeera, we feel angry. स्वामी सरस्वती जी, आपने अल जजीरा की जो बात कही, मैं उनका हेडलाइन पढ़ना चाहता हूं आपके लिए. How an Indian temple town is at the center of hundreds of alleged murders. इंडिपेंडेंट की हेडलाइन है, इंग्लैंड की इंडिपेंडेंट पेपर की हेडलाइन है, रेप, मर्डर एंड सीक्रेट बेरियल. डॉयचे वेल जर्मनी से लिखती है, डिड इंडियन टेम्पल ऑफिशियल्स कवर अप अ मास मर्डर. डिप्लोमैट का देखिए, मास बेरियल्स एट धर्मस्थला पॉइंट टू अनहोली मिक्स ऑफ रिलीजन, क्राइम एंड पॉलिटिक्स. यानी कि हिंदुइज्म इज लिंक्ड टू क्राइम. हिंदुइज्म को क्राइम के साथ जोड़ा जा रहा है. और ये जो हमारे स्यूडो सेक्युलर जितने नेतागण हैं, रत्नाकर त्रिपाठी जैसे, जो अपने आप को सनातनी कहते हैं, उनको गुस्सा नहीं आता है. वो कहते हैं कि ठीक है, जांच हो. अगर यही चीज मुस्लिम सेंटिमेंट्स के बारे में होती तो रत्नाकर त्रिपाठी रास्ते पे होते अपने प्रो मुस्लिम कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ.
अब बोलने देंगे? नहीं,
बोले कि स्वामी जी की बात सुनिए. स्वामी जी, नहीं, आपको सुनना भी पड़ेगा क्योंकि आपकी पार्टी ये सब सपोर्ट कर रही है ना. डिगिंग फॉर व्हाट? डिगिंग फॉर व्हाट? किस चीज की डिगिंग?
डर क्यों रहे हैं?
किस चीज की डिगिंग?
आप इतना डरते क्यों हैं मुझसे?
डर, ये सब देखिए भावना, भावुक होके बात मत
बोलने
करिए, फैक्चुअली बोलिए मुझे. स्वामी जी ये जो ग्लोबली सनातन को टारगेट करने की कोशिश है, उसकी केंद्र बिंदु, सेंटर पॉइंट धर्मस्थला है इनके लिए.
जी देखिए, ये तो एक बार अमेरिका में इस टीम ने पूरे इंटरनेशनली एक कॉन्फ्रेंस किया था. सनातन धर्म के डिमोलेशन के लिए पूरे प्रोग्राम बनाए गए थे यूएसए में, और वहां पे भी ये मीडिया में आया था. और ये इतनी बड़ी साजिश है, बहुत अंदर तक घुसी हुई. सनातनियों को इस बात को समझना चाहिए. और ये जितने हमारे, अब नाम हम नहीं लेंगे, लेकिन ये जो सीडो हिंदू और सनातनी है,
सूडो हिंदू अच्छा,
सूडो हिंदू है, क्योंकि हिंदू है तो आप सभी धर्मों का सम्मान हिंदू करता है, सनातन करता है. लेकिन इसका मतलब नहीं कि हिंदू को दबाने के लिए, उसे खत्म करने के लिए कोई साजिश करे और हम उसका साथ देने लगे और वही हम करने लगे. अभी बालन जी ने कहा था, आपने पूछा था कुछ तो कि कैसे आप हिंदू हैं, तो उन्होंने कहा आई एम नॉट हिंदू, आई एम अवर्णा. ही नोज अबाउट अवर्णा. देयर आर 4 वर्णा and I am also avarna. Sannyasi became avarna when he got diksha of sannyasa. So you are sannyasi, otherwise you are in the varna, in 4 varna, any varna. आप किसी न किसी वर्ण में है ही. अवर्ण का मतलब होता है साधु सन्यासी. तो अगर हिंदू धर्म में है, सनातन में है, तो श्राद्ध तर्पण पिंडदान करके साधु बनता है, उसको अवर्ण कहा जाता है. और ये इतनी बड़ी साजिश है, और इस साजिश में आप सिर हिलाएं, आपको हमारी बातें पसंद ना आए, आप अपनी मन से धर्म की मान्यता गढ़ लीजिए. धर्म के बारे में क्या होता है, आप न उसके शास्त्रों को समझते हैं, न सिद्धांतों को समझते हैं, न वर्ण व्यवस्था, और साधु वर्ण व्यवस्था से ऊपर होता है. और आप वर्ण व्यवस्था में ही कहीं ना कहीं है, या किसी न किसी उस व्यवस्था के अंदर ही है. तो इतनी बड़ी साजिश, जैसा जी अर्णव गोस्वामी जी ने पूरे विश्व के मीडिया का उदाहरण दिखाया, सुनाया, वो साफ समझ में आ रहा है कि पूरा प्लान किया गया है और यहाँ पे खर्च बहुत तगड़ा हो रहा है। इंतजाम पैसे का, लोगों को मोटिवेट करने का, सोशल मीडिया को एक्टिवेट करने का, जिससे किसी भी तरह एक नया नैरेटिव मढ़ा जा सके। जैसे हिंदू आतंकवाद का मढ़ के नहीं मढ़ पाए, तो अब टेम्पल में करप्शन होता है, टेम्पल में रेप होता है, हजारों लोग मारे जाते हैं। ये नैरेटिव नया गढ़ के और पूरे दुनिया को, हिंदुत्व को, सनातन को और भारत की संस्कृति को, भारत की आत्मा को, भारत की मूल विचारधारा को नष्ट करने और दबाने की कोशिश की जाए। जब एक खोपड़ी लेके एक आदमी पहुंच जाता है पुलिस स्टेशन में, तो उस खोपड़ी का कैल्शियम डेटिंग करिए, कब की खोपड़ी है, किसकी खोपड़ी है, डीएनए टेस्ट करिए। आपने कहा 15 फीट खुदाई हुई और उसमें कोई लाश नहीं मिली, मास्कमैन कोई आ जाता है, कुछ भी कह देता है
कि 15 फीट नीचे स्केलेटन कंकाल थी, वो वहां पे छलांग मारकर ऊपर आ गई। तो ये कंकाल छलांग कैसे मार सकती है, इस पर भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन। हाउ कैन अ स्केलेटन डू अ लॉन्ग जंप?
एकदम होना चाहिए।
त्रिपाठी, कोई सेंस और सेंसिबिलिटी नहीं है अभी बाकी इसमें।
इतनी हिंदू इतने खिलाफ दिखा रहे हैं, इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बाद उनके खिलाफ भी कार्रवाई।
महाराज जी आपकी जय हो। मैं जिस संस्था से जुड़ा हूं ना, बल्कि उसके ट्रस्ट में हूं, वो हिमाचल प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश और उत्तर प्रदेश में 3000 से ऊपर वेद के लोगों को, वेद की समस्त शाखा का अध्ययन करती है।
जी।
और सनातनी है ना, तो सूडो मत बोलिए, छद्म बोलिए। शब्द बता देता हूँ, छद्म सनातनी। मुझसे थोड़ा सा
वही है,
आपके चरणों में प्रणाम है, सीख लीजिए छद्म सनातनी। और मुझे आपसे या अर्नब गोस्वामी जी से सनातन का सर्टिफिकेट लेने की जरूरत नहीं है।
नहीं, आपको हम सर्टिफिकेट नहीं दे रहे हैं। उन्होंने जो कहा कि हम अवर्ण है
का शांडिल गोत्रीय,
आपको हम क्यों सर्टिफिकेट देंगे?
और मैंने प्रभु रामचंद्र से सीखा है, रामचंद्र जी के ऊपर लांछन लगा, उन्होंने सत्ता छोड़ दी।
अरे आपकी पार्टी तो कहती है भगवान श्री राम थे ही नहीं। सोनिया गांधी ने क्या कहा? सोनिया गांधी ने कहा कि भगवान श्री राम तो है ही नहीं, थे ही नहीं।
नहीं, यहाँ सनातन धर्म पे तो सनातन धर्म।
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am short of time, but I have to say this has been a very dangerous conspiracy against the Hindu community, and I am deeply grateful to people all across India who have supported us in showing that the charge, the conspiracy of Dharmasthala has ended up in the expose around the hoax. Another hoax coming up, the hoax data that the Congress party used and is now running away from when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला।